How's it going, guys? It's a Pixelate Pumpkin, and welcome to our third and final episode of Spirit Halloween Theme Labs. In this series, if you haven't caught the other two episodes, which I highly recommend watching for some context to this series and other things like that, but in this series, I created my very own Spirit Halloween theme from all the way to the archway to the back theme. And today we'll be taking a look at the back theme. In the previous two episodes, the first episode I talked about my archway theme I made, and in the second episode I talked about the front theme I made. Now in today's episode we'll be discussing the back theme, and I'll give you an in-depth look into the back theme I've created for my very own Spirit Halloween theme, Reaper's Valley Farm. Now something I really kind of need to say before we get into this is not meant to be a prediction of any kind. I'm not predicting we're going to get anything like this in the future. This is just simply what I would love to see as a Spirit Halloween theme, and just really my own creativity in a Spirit Halloween theme. So please do not tell me saying we're never going to get this. That's not the point of this series. I know I'm not expecting Spirit Halloween to do anything like this, but it's just something that I created, and I obviously enjoy making these a lot. So I guess without any more hesitation, really let's jump right into it, because I'm very excited to show you my very own Spirit Halloween theme, being the Reaper's Valley Farm. And in today's episode, we'll be taking a look at Reaper's Valley Pumpkin Patch. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Alright everyone, so here we are inside Reaper's Valley Pumpkin Patch. Now this is probably the most simple out of the three themes I built. It still took me quite a long time though, so for all my effort here, please be sure to like and subscribe. But enough on that, so let's jump into it. So obviously this is the back theme, so in the actual store it'll be set up on an angle like this most likely, like all back themes are. So as you can see, there is a walkthrough in this one, and it resembles a corn maze and a pumpkin patch. So I'll start off with the front area here where the animatronics actually go on display. So this area here is the pumpkin patch area itself. There could be a few more smaller pumpkins littered throughout here, but I just put a few big ones in the back along with some corn stalks. So two animatronics here would be front facing, so they will be facing like this way as you walk in, and then you could have one here and one here facing outwards toward their respective sides. So you could fit 4 animatronics right here in the theme, which is already a lot. Or you could maybe fit like one big one in the back and 2 in the front, definitely though. I would definitely want at least 2 in the front right here. And as you could see, this is a pretty good place for animatronics to go. Now most back themes don't really have a big part edging out like this, but I think this would honestly work fine inside a store. It's just a nice walk around area, so you could display more animatronics in this theme, since a lot of the theme is taken up by some of the corn stalks and the walkthrough itself. So this is just another area to display some animatronics, and I think and even though it is sticking out quite far, I don't think it's unrealistic to have something sticking out this far, since, I mean, some back themes in the past have taken up a lot more space than this, so I think this would be fine for each store. And obviously, they could even shrink it if they wanted to, depending on the size of the store. So really, I think it's pretty realistic having it stick out like this. In bigger stores, they definitely have the room for it. So now, before we talk about anything else, let's talk about the 2 areas to the side. Now, this is very similar to this year's theme, or the 2021 theme, if you're watching this at a different date. But obviously, on each side of this year's theme, there are 2 little areas for 2 more props to go. So I was thinking that would work fine here as well, to go on the side of the corn maze itself. So you could just easily fit 2 more props right here in these little corn area sections. There's not too much detail going on here. I think it's fine, though. It really doesn't need it. Obviously, you have all these corn stalks here filling up the space. And as I should mention, what are these yellow things here? Now, the corn maze itself, obviously, you can't just use these corn stalks to make up the whole thing. It really wouldn't work inside a store, and also it wouldn't cover enough of the walls. So even though you can't really tell, these yellow things are actually meant to be corn stalks. But what I mean by that is they'll just be layered and decaled on. They'll just be, you know how they obviously have everything printed onto the theme to add detail? They'll just be images of corn stalks all stacked up together to make that effect and illusion right there, to make it look like it's actual corn stalks. And obviously it'll be 3-dimensional at the top where each one cuts off. So obviously it'll kind of all blend together, and it would look way more realistic. I couldn't do it in this application, or I couldn't do it in Tinkercad. You can't do stuff like that, unfortunately, but I hope you guys know what I mean by that. And then after these 2 areas here, obviously with the little fences and stuff, we come to the corn maze itself, as I was just talking about. So when you walk in, obviously there's an enter and exit sign. I think just having people flow through in one way would work better, since obviously you won't be bumping into people, and you might not know where to enter and exit from it when you're walking up to it, since the entrance is normally, if there was a walkthrough like in 2019, the entrance would normally be like right there. So I wanted to have it front facing like this. So when you walk inside, I'll take you in. I'll first take a look at these signs though. So here we have the enter sign right here, and then we have some creepy cloth. I figured out how to kind of make it look like there's creepy cloth there with some semi-transparent objects there. So obviously to cover up some of the light from the outside store. Now you're going to step inside the little corn maze here, and it's pretty dark, and all these little black things here are screens. So what I'm thinking is they could have like a nighttime setting with maybe some corn blowing in the camera, and you're looking down a lane in the corn maze, and maybe a scarecrow could jump scare you or something, and other creatures around too. So there's obviously a lot of screens and a lot of options to have a lot of different creatures coming out at you here, which is just really cool in my opinion. I'm really happy with the way this came out here. And then obviously you walk through, and then you come to the exit here. So it is a simple walkthrough just like 2019, and there's obviously a lot of immersive effects with those screens there, really bringing you into the corn maze vibe they got going on here. But that is probably pretty much it for the little corn maze section here. Again, this will be the back theme of Reaper's Valley. It's a lot more simple than the other two, but I'm fine with it. I really, really love the way it came out though, and I still think it makes for a very nice addition to the themes. It's definitely not my favorite. Probably the barn is my favorite that I built, but I still really enjoy the way this one came out, and I think it'll make for an awesome back theme, since for all the farm themes we've had, we did have like barns and stuff in the past, but we never had a true pumpkin patch and corn maze like this. So I think this is just a no-brainer for a farm theme in the future, and overall I just really like the way it came out. I could have added a little bit more detail, I feel, but I had to get this video out really quickly since I'm filming it and uploading it on the day it will be coming out. So I had to rush a little bit to get it done, but overall I'm really happy, and I had this planned from when I first started that I would have a pumpkin patch as the back theme, and overall I'm just really happy with the way it came out. So be sure to check out the other 2 episodes of Spirit Halloween Theme Labs if you want to see the other 2 parts of the theme I built, and I think it will all come together very nicely. So I'm just really happy with the way this one came out for sure. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So I'll give you one last look around. Obviously, when, again, the back themes are up against the wall, so nothing is back here. It'll just be touching the wall, so you can't really see anything around it. But that's pretty much it for the back theme. I really hope you guys enjoy this. And yeah, guess that's it. So please be sure to like and subscribe as always. Also, check out the other 2 videos again. That would mean a lot to me, since you really need to see all of them together to get a good understanding of my theme. But that will be pretty much it for this video, everybody. So be sure, again, to like and subscribe as always. Also, check out my merch and my Instagram in the description below. And I guess, with all that, this is the Pixelated Pumpkin, signing out.